Hi, Jay Frederick Smith here, Continental Realty of Jackson. We are at 213 ACME Street in the Arlington portion of Jacksonville, Florida on this beautiful sunny day. And we've had a chance to look at the approach to the neighborhood, and we've also had a chance to look around the outside. So now we're going to head on in. So this is a smaller home. I believe it's 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, but we'll get to that in just a minute. Freshly remodeled. I can tell the paint is all new. New luxury vinyl plank floors. These look like the planks from Home Depot, and so that may or may not be good. It's probably okay. Kitchen is really tiny compared to the front part of the house, and so what I'm hoping is that the bedrooms would be a little bit bigger, but maybe not. I mean, if it's just for a couple of people, I guess it's probably an okay size. I'm curious right away, though, about this door, which goes into what appears to be the laundry room. Yep, so we have our washer-dryer hookups here, which... Okay, so... I guess that works. There's the drain, the cast iron vent stack, which is okay. The new plumbing lines going to the outside and the hose bibs there for the washing machine. You know, all that's going to be hidden when you put the washer there, so I guess that's all right. And then we've got a small water heater here connected also to probably that same lines that are coming into the wall over here. They probably come out over there. I don't see a dryer hookup though here, so let's see. This just goes to the carport. It does, and there's no dryer hookup, so maybe we don't have a dryer hookup, only the washing machine, which would be a shame, but there's nothing we can do about that, I guess. All right, I can't get that. I tried that latch a bunch of times. So the ceilings are kind of low. With the pitch here at the main support beam, we're looking at 8 feet, but it's probably only 7 or maybe 7.5 along the edges at the front and the back of the house. That's just from the roof slope. That also means, by the look of this, there's probably not much insulation because that's probably the deck that's right up above that. Okay, the roof deck is what I mean. We've got a little hall closet here, maybe 32 by 28, with a little shelf and a bar up above. The knob for the door is in the perfect place. Looks like a new or newer electric panel. This is a square D panel, perfectly marked. Thank you very much. If it's not new, it's sure in good shape. The luxury vinyl plank continues throughout the home in all 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom with tile floors, tile backs, tile tub surround, and a shower door. Thank you so much for the shower door. That really matters. You know, it really does. And it makes me so happy to see it. The window has been replaced by these blocks, which make the window opaque, letting in light, but not letting in the neighbor's view of you while you're in your shower. With the little pebble bed, shower pan, somebody put that in there. Just, you know, that's installed. This, by whoever did the tile, they put that down there. The grout all looks like it's in good shape in the shower and also in the floor here. So I'm real happy with the restroom. There is no medicine cabinet, but there is a couple of shelves here next to the mirror that sits underneath that 3-light vanity light. It does have AC, so you know, it's not going to get too hot in the restroom. Not really a place for a tissue paper dispenser. You might be able to get one on the side of the cabinet there, but you know, this is a small restroom, so it's going to be pretty tight. Maybe you would put it underneath the towel bar. I don't know, but that's not something for me to worry about. Now, one thing I will say though is that There is no vent. No, there's no vent. There's no vent. There should be a switch for a vent. There's no vent. Code requires that there be a window that's openable or a vent, and we don't have either of those things in this bathroom. What that means is that whenever the hot water is turned on in this room, it's going to create steam, which is going to cause mold issues or maybe even water damage. So a vent would definitely be something you'd want to have put in. It's not very expensive to do that. I would definitely do it. Now, this looks like access to the HVAC, the furnace or air handler or whatever you want to call it, but it's screwed in place. The vents here allow air to go in and then allows that to recirculate through the house, basically. So hopefully there's another entrance to that. This is bedroom number 1, which is about 17 feet, I would say, on the long side and maybe 12 at the end there by the closet door. But you see, it is not a clean 12. It actually is maybe 10 on that side by the door there. So it's kind of an interesting shaped room. Popcorn ceiling that's been painted over, little flush mount, bronze flush mount light. The closet door opens into a decently sized closet, but the door is really sticky. I think it's sitting on the floor, and it really needs a track down there. But the closet is about maybe 40 inches by 30 inches, or 40 inches by 28 inches would be closer, I guess, with a little shelf and a bar. This shelf comes right up to the closet door itself, which means that you're going to have a hard time getting big boxes in there. You've only got the space right here from that edge up to the inside edge of the door frame to fit stuff up in there, and that's maybe a foot at most. So that's unfortunate. This door is, it's on the floor, and rubbing actually is causing damage as it goes. As you can see here, from opening and closing that door, it's creating that line. So that closet door, what it needs is to have is a track on the bottom rather than just sitting on the floor like that. All right, bedroom number 2. Now, hopefully, we're going to see some access to the HVAC. This has a ceiling fan, a dangerously low level ceiling fan. I mean, if this thing was spinning and I scratched my head, it would chop my arm off. Well, it wouldn't, but it would hit me anyway, and that would not be comfortable. I cannot walk under the dome of this light without hitting my head. So ceiling fan is good if you're not too tall. The room itself is pretty good size at maybe 16 by 18 with 2 windows letting in a moderate amount of light. I'd like bigger windows in there, but the room is painted white, which makes it a little brighter. The closet does not have access to the air handler. That's unfortunate. Really need to see what that looks like. But it's about 48 inches by 28 inches. Once again, the shelf comes all the way up to the door frame, so there's just not a lot of space here. As you can see, there's just not a lot of space to be able to put your big boxes. I just cut that thing down. That's what I would do, and put it back in so that you have more of an opening to get big stuff up inside there. I think that would be the best possible thing to do. Bifold, vinyl bifold doors. Those closet doors don't last very long. You're going to want to get those replaced with some regular closet doors. I forgot to turn the light off in here, so let's take care of that. Okay, final bedroom also has a ceiling fan, but it is at a much higher position. This room is smaller at maybe 13 by 13 with a bifold closet door here that is actually set up correctly. It's not sitting on the floor, but we've got the same issue with the shelf coming right up to the door. There is a bar underneath it. Of course, there's AC in every single room, but this one, at least it's a flush mount, and it is right up tight against the ceiling. And you know, you'd have to be 7 feet before you'd hit your head on that. So that's something anyway. All right, so that's it. Really, that's the whole house on the inside. But let's just take a quick peek out the backyard. Now the backyard is fully fenced. It looks like there is an apartment building behind the house, but with the fence up, that probably shouldn't be too much of a nuisance. You've got a nice 7-foot high privacy fence on both sides, and that's maybe a 5-foot fence in the back, although it looks like that fence is having some trouble and possibly falling down all the way back there. This is not a big yard compared to other yards that we've looked at recently, but it's still big enough. You're still going to have to, you know, do some mowing and whatnot. Oh, you know what? Here's a very interesting thing. What I was saying about that bathroom window needing to be openable. Well, looking at it from this side, it turns out it is openable. So since this is openable, it's best if you had a vent in there. But this little tiny openable window would pass muster when it comes to code. So it wouldn't be something that would be required for the seller to put in order to be able to make the house meet code. That's unfortunate. We don't have any dryer hookups in here. The back looks decent. They did replace all of the windows, it looks like, with updated vinyl, double pane vinyl windows. I'm not able to really see what the roof looks like, although I really feel like it's new. So let's see if we get back a little bit and we can... No, it's just too low of a pitch, really, to see it, which is unfortunate, but, you know, that's what it is. So, 213 Acme Street, you know, I love the fact that it's on a slab. I love the fact that it is a cement block home. It looks like it's been nicely renovated with a new air handler or new air compressor out back. No cage, though. I guess with the fence, it's not such a big deal. The backyard is nice and open with the little red picnic table there. I kind of like all of that. Cabinets are new. Countertops are new. But the kitchen really, it's how can I say this? It doesn't flow very well. The way that they did the vent hood is very interesting over this range. It's just kind of stuck together. You can't really get to the cabinets that are back here in the corner. I mean, they're there, but what are you going to do about them, you know? There's no garbage disposal at the sink, and there's no dishwasher. I could have put one, I guess, in the middle. Really, probably what I would have done, if it was me, was instead of putting in this range like this, I had to put a drop-in burner and an oven. You could put the oven down here. You could even put the burner up there. Maybe put the burner, I don't know, somewhere else. But gosh, it would really be nice if there was a place, you know, that fit this. But there isn't. The living room is kind of small and the bedrooms are kind of small, but it's a kind of a small house. And that's about what you can expect. It's less than a 900 square feet. There's 3 bedrooms and 1 bath. And this one is for about $205,000. So once again, 213 Acme Street in the Arlington part of Jacksonville, Florida. If you like the house or if you have questions about it, feel free to call me anytime. But for now, I'm going to get out of here and move on to the next one. And I'll see you there.